So, once again, good morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Chetan Singh. I'm the trainer with SEC Online, and with me, I have my colleagues, Mr. Sumit Dhawan, who is the regional manager for the Eastern region. We have Mr. Arijit Kalita, who is the person actively involved in getting this, SEC Online activated for all the judicial officers. He's the one who's been coordinating with the CPC sir and the High Court. And then I have my team member, Mr. Mohit Singh, who's also a trainer. So together we'll be taking this session, and we all would be, sharing our numbers so that if you have any challenge, if you have any facing issues, you can just simply reach out to us if the need arises. Now, my screen, I believe, is already being shared. So we were talking about how to access SEC Online, and I'm just gonna, go through it one more time. The URL for this particular website is scconline.com. Once you do that, you would be taken to this particular website landing page. And when you come over here, there are options of data coverage, blog, subscribe, login. I think the two things that we would be talking about today, and which it's directly related to us, is one is the data coverage, that what is the data that we have with us, and the second one is the login screen. So I'm just going to go with the login screen for now. So I click on login, and just give me a quick minute. So when you click on login, you can just put in your ID, which is your email ID over here, and the password which is given to you. Now, one request that I have to all the members, we have sent the password. Please log in before 10th of this month, because otherwise the password will get expired. And then you have to reset your own password, or you have to call us up. So my suggestion would be, or my request would be that, the password that you've received on your IDs, try logging it once. Once you log in for the first time, it will ask you to reset your password. So you have to, the password is which is given to you is a temporary password. So you put in over there and automatically say to change your password. So you have to change your password over there. Now, in case going forward, if you forget, just a minute. So in case going forward, if you forget your password, you can simply click on forget password, put in your login ID. In my case, this is my login ID, and you can click on request OTP. Once you do that, a notification like this will come in. OTP has been sent on your email address. All you have to do is open your email address. So this is my mailbox, and you will receive an email from this SEC Online subscriptions. So 1918, that's what the exact time is right now. I click on this. My OTP is mentioned over here. I can copy it and just paste it over here, and it will just do the needful. And then next screen would be to change your password. So that being said, now moving to the next one, that is data coverage. I'll quickly go through this one. That is what all we are, be able to access in this particular database. And I'm just going to go quickly through it. The reason I'm showing it on the screen is so that in case the member would like to go through it in detail at your leisure time, when you have some time, then you can simply go through it and it will be at your disposal. Now, first thing first, it has all your Supreme Court of India judgments. So from the inception, 1950 till date, all these are available with true prints. True prints, you will see this, we will be using this terminology quite often, and you will be seeing this, you'll be hearing this term in this data coverage as well. True print is basically, we've been the publishers like Eastern Book Company, publish, SEC Journal as well. So whatever that we put over here, we also give you the actual copy of how it was printed in the law reports. So when you take a print, you can get the exact photocopy of the journals. And that's not only for SEC. We also have, because we are tied up with Gaudy Law Times, we are tied up with DLJ, DRJ, several ILAs are also part of it. So when you take a printout of that particular judgment and from that particular journal, it will give you the printout of those journals. So that's what the TruePrint means. So we've been trying to give you as many judgments with TruePrint so that the members do not have to run to the library to get the actual books. You can get the entire volume over at your disposal. So when I say Gaudy Law Times, we have Gaudy Law Times, I mean to say entire Gaudy Law Times library is available over here. Moving forward, we have your federal court, your Privy Council judgments, your before independent judgments. So those are available over here. All the high courts are available over here. A few handpicked judgments from district court have been mentioned over here. Then historical courts, which is something similar to Privy Council Federal Court, but not at the apex level, but at the lower level. So like the provincial courts, like we had Awadh, Pepso, Lower Burma, Upper Burma districts back then. So those those courts judgments are available over here. Then tribunals and commissions. If I click on the plus sign of this, it will give me the entire list of those, all the tribunals that we have with us. So those will come over here. Then the statutory law, so which will give you the access to the central acts, state acts, rules and regulations, circulars, the bills in parliament. All this information comes in, and these circulars and notifications are have been stacked in a way that it is under a particular ministry. So if you want to see, let's say excise, Central Board of Excise and Customs. So if you go on the software and you click on Central Excise, Central Board of Excise and Customs, it'll give you year-wise all the notification and circulars. So you are not lost over there. Everything it gets shows you in a simple manner. Then bills in parliament, we all know what it means, the constitution documents. Secondary material, which which aids the primary material over here. The Constitution of India is obviously is there, but the backbone of Constitution, that is Constitutional Assembly debates, are also being kept over here for your reference. Then various reports of commission and committees have been made available to you, and this is the entire list. Legal articles, in case you want to read something on a particular topic, and you want to just access that entire article journal library, then this is also going to be coming in use for that. There are 35 Indian journals that we have over here, which also includes the SEC journal section and the magazine that we have, that is Practical Lawyer, which is especially dedicated to such kind of things like articles and other value-added information. Those are also being made a part of it. So you'll be able to get all that information in one go. Apart from that, we have your treaties, we have your couple of important historical judgments, policy documents, again, pertaining to different ministries will be available over here. And then we have international laws and all that. I'm just going to leave it for today. Now, let me just quickly log in over here. And log in. I'm just going to check. I think we have more people joining into right now.
I'll take care of it, sir.
Yeah, I'm just checking how many we are right now. It's 19. Okay. Okay. Any update from Kapoor, sir?
No, sir, not yet.
Okay. Did you try his number?
Yes, sir. Number is not reachable.
Okay, no worries. So now once we log in, this is the screen that we have with us. Now this is I'm gonna be referring to this as SEC Online Dashboard. So in short, I'll be calling it a dashboard. Now, when you reach the dashboard, there are a couple of options that you have to do your searches. One is your research, which is the blue color tiles, which is used when you have something in your hand. That means you have a party name, you have a citation, you have a section number of an act, then you come to these tiles. However, if you are, you want to just go through the information and which is kept under different heads. Like you do it in the library, you go to a particular section and then you know that okay, this is the place where have all the articles are kept. This is the place where all the Bayer Acts are kept, and this is the place which has manuals and commentary. You go to that particular section and then you start browsing it, and then you pick up something that is relevant to you and start reading. So the same methodology, same the way of researching is being done in the My Library part. In this, you don't have to type anything. You just have to select a particular area that you want the information from or what is related to, and then you start getting the information. I'll give you one quick example. Let me give you an example of browse acts and rules over here. So I'm going to zoom in a bit. This one. So if I click on browse acts and rules, it's gonna give me the entire list of all the acts and the sections that we have. So if you see this, central acts, state acts and all. If I click on central acts, the list of sorry, the list of acts will come over here, all the central acts, and these are the ones which are used on a daily basis. So we have like segregated and put it on the top, and the remaining ones are alphabetically arranged. Now the point over here is that if I click on any of this entry, let's take Evidence Act, and do not want the Amending Act, I want the Principal Act, and then if I just zoom out a bit, if you see whatever I select, it just gets displayed over here, and this is the entire act that we have. Now by just providing the act, I think acts are available. We have applications now. We have books, and it's available online, so it's not a problem. It's not a big thing to provide. However, you will see the certain things which are there in the blue color box and which is rolling throughout the act. Now let's take a moment and understand what are these. These are handpicked judgments on topics which are a part of the Bayer Act. Now if you can see, it says evaluation of evidence, circumstantial evidence, benefit of doubt, document. Now let's take this one, circumstantial evidence. Now it says in cases where the evidence is of a substantial nature and the circumstances and other things. At the end it says Govinda Reddy versus State of Mysore, and the citation is given over here. What is this happening over here is that there might be, and there are so many judgments on circumstantial evidence that when you search for the word, what happens that you will get at least thousands of results, judgments. But how do you figure it out? Which one is the important judgment? That becomes a challenge. So what is happening over here is the editorial department of SCC, which makes the head notes and all, and I think we've been doing that from now like few decades. They're saying that the same team has picked up one important judgment on circumstantial evidence, and this paragraph that you see over here is a brief from the judgment itself. If you read this and you think that, oh, this is an important judgment on circumstantial evidence and I think I should read it, you don't have to remember the party name or the citation. You just have to click on this. If I click on the citation over here, it'll open the judgment into a excuse me for a moment. It'll open the judgment into a different tab itself. So that it might be a thing. It might be a thing that if you're using a Ubuntu or Windows, it might give you a pop-up. It might open up into a different screen. So I'm sure everyone knows how to take care of the pop-up. There will be a small cross window which comes over here, and you just have to click on that and say allow pop-ups, and it will open up over there. And this is the judgment available to you. And if you just go back to your previous tab, your research is still there. And this is something that we have done for the entire act and for all the acts, all the central acts. So you can make use of it, and then you can take you can save this up. If you click on save, it will it will just save this entire document as it is, including all these citations, that you can use it offline anytime that you wish to see it. Excuse me. Now that being said, I will click on these icons over here. This icon is going to bring back the dashboard that we were talking about. One more thing in this. So similar things are available over here. The articles are kept over here. The secondary material, which means your, your law commission report and others, bills in parliament and all would be kept over here. Then I think I'll just take one more example. That is this one, browse query topic. That's again a very value added information. And then I move to these searches. That is browse query topics. If I click on this, it's a curated topic. That means someone has done the work for you. Someone has made things available to you. And there are different heads that you might you want to see right now. Now, if you can see, it's arbitration, there's taxation, there is environmental law. Let's take environmental law over here. And when I click on environmental law, the topics which are under environmental law will just pour in right over here. You would have noticed by now in the browse, you are not typing anything. You're just selecting and then selecting the subheads. So like if you can see, it's a biological diversity, climate change, noise pollution, and other things. Now, if I click on this one, pollution, hazardous waste and other things. Now, on this topic, there are different statutory law. There are various rules and regulations which are related to this. And then there are case law as well, and treaties and conventions which are also related to that. Now, if I click on statutory law, it says Air and Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act is directly related to this particular topic. So if I click on this entry, the entire act will open up over here. So the entire act opens up over here. However, if you scroll down further, it says Chemical Weapon Convention Act 2000, Section 7 is mentioned over here. That means on this topic, the Chemical Weapon Convention Act is not completely related to this topic, but there's one section of the act which is related to this topic. And that is given over here. And you can scroll down, you can read it, and you're good to go. So what is this happening is that all the statutes are related directly or indirectly on this topic, or any topic for that matter. If you go to another head, it'll have different options. It'll be listed down over here. Same goes with rules and regulation. All the rules and regulation which are related to this topic mentioned rightly over here. And then comes the important part, is case law. Now, I'm not really sure how many cases do we have. Okay, it's just only 2 cases that we have on this topic, and I think that is 2 from UK. Now, what is happening over here? Something similar to what we saw in the Browse Acts. These are hand-picked judgments, important judgments on a topic. And this is a never-ending job. You're seeing 2 cases right now. Probably you come after a month, you'll have 5 or 6. Now, if I click on this, it will open the full judgment right over here for me. So all these things, and similarly treaties and convention, which will give me, if there is any treaty which is related to that topic, will give it away. So what is happening is, long time back, and I think people have been, members have been asking for this feature that, I want to see the landmark judgment. I want to see the important judgments. So this is an answer to that. I refrain myself from using the word landmark, because landmark is sometimes misinterpreted. So I'm going to be sticking to the important judgments title for this. But apart from the judgments, we have also given you other important information which are related to this topic. So what is happening is that when you don't have to do a search, you're not doing any search, you're just clicking on the topic and you're getting all the information brought in one big capsule for you over here. So you can just simply go through that information, get every information from different areas that are concerning the topic, and you have a good information right in one place. That's the whole purpose of this. So moving ahead, going back to the dashboard. Now let's get to the search part. Let's start with the most common and favorite search of all. I'm going to give you one example over here, just to make you understand this, and then move forward so that we can cover more ground. And then I'm going to come back to this word search, considering, like I said, that it's a word search, and I said it's used most of the time. So giving one example would not suffice. So I have to come back and give you more and more examples so that you're well versed with this feature. Let me start with the first one. So I'll say word search. Now this is a research part, which means that we will be now typing something. Will be typing something in the field provided, and then we'll get the information. We will not be able to browse the information. Now if you say it says research plus, And now we have to search for something. Now, when we are talking about searching for something, you can start a search with one word. You can write 2 words, 3 words, couple of words. And if you're looking for a sentence, then you can write the sentence as well. Now, over here, the point is there's one main point which runs this entire search, in a certain way. That is, do not write everything that you search for. I'm going to give you a simple example, which is a very common statement in our fraternity. That is, lawyers are the officers of the court. Now, if this is a statement, my suggestion is that you do not write this entire statement, because lawyers are the officers of the court. That's one way of saying this statement. Other way is lawyers are considered as the officers of the court, or lawyers should act as the officer of the court, and I'm sure there might be other derivatives as well. So if I just write this statement, lawyers are the officers of the court, it will search for all these words. So that is not something that we're okay with, because if you write all these words, it will search for all the words, and it will skip the consider and should act as well. So what I'm going to do is, whenever you have any big searches like this, pick up the main words, pick up the important words that you have from the sentence. One is court, so take that, remove the other thing. Other is officer, and then the third one is a lawyer. So lawyers, officer, court, and just start with these things. I'm not going to do a search right now because this is going to be, giving me like very restrictive results. I just want to show you this. I'm going to show you a simple one-word search and how the layout looks like. Let's start with something like, let's say I want to see judgments on compensation. And if I just search, I'm being very open with my search. I'm looking for compensation. I can be specific that I want the case of compensation in respect to land acquisition cases, in respect to motor accident, in respect to medical negligence. I can be more specific about it. But let's do a one-word search and start search. Now, what's going to happen whenever you write a particular word, whatever that we spoke about in the starting of the session, that this has Supreme Court judgments, have all the High Court tribunals and all articles, everything gets searched together in one place. And that's the interesting part. Now, if you see this, it says the digest notes, which are 38,000. Now, what are the digest notes? These are the head notes, which are, the summary of the cases. So rather than giving you only the judgment, what we do is we give you the summary of the case as well. All of the law points we discuss in one case. I'll give you an example of that, which will give you a better idea. Then judgment has been searched. Let me zoom in a bit. Acts, bills, rules, regulations, notification, articles, reports of commission, constitutional documents, treaties, everything has been searched. And if I click on the plus sign of judgments, so you have Supreme Court, you have your Federal Court, you have Privy Council, all the High Court. If I click on plus sign of High Courts, High Court wise information will start pouring in. And then you have District Court, foreign cases is for us, then tribunals, all that comes over here. So depending on what you want to select, you can also select or deselect it. Like if you can see, if I take my cursor in front of any of this entry, there's an only option. So let's suppose I only want to see judgments on compensation from Supreme Court itself. Right now it shows everything. It says 3,10,000 results. If I click on this only icon, which is red color icon, it's gonna give me the results only and only from Supreme Court of India. And there we have it. Everything has been unchecked. So you can restrict your results, or you can add more areas of your choice. If I click on High Courts and I go down and look for Tripura, so Tripura High Court is there. If I click on only, then only and only Tripura High Court will come, not the Supreme Court. But if you want to add Tripura to it, and including with the Supreme Court, you can click on this checkbox. Now you will have Tripura High Court judgments and Supreme Court judgments on the topic of compensation. And now in this, if I want to see the latest judgment as well, it's very simple. there's an option of sort by. You can click on this and you click on this option. It says latest first. One click. 2013 is right now latest, and it's been changed to the latest one, 21st of this month. Judgment is available from Tripura, and the second latest is from Supreme Court, and that's both are available right in front of you. This is the fastest and foremost the easiest way to find judgments on any topic of your choice. So whenever someone comes before the court and talking about a particular cites a particular case and saying that to the court that this is the latest judgment and this is what we want to be talking about, you can simply do a quick search and get to see the latest view of Supreme Court or the principal high court that we have, that is Tripura, and see what is the latest view of court on that particular topic. So that being said, now this is the first column. The second column, whatever select over here comes over here. Now if you see, it says J2. Whenever you see this word J means it's a judgment, and 2 means that the number of members who are part of the quorum. So there are 2 judges that were there sitting in the quorum over here. That being said, move to the third column. Now the third column is whatever that you select over here get displayed over here. So I can see the full judgment, and there we have it. And then it says before Justice Qureshi, and this is Chattopadhyay. Now, out of the 2, only one name is in bold. That means only Justice Qureshi was Justice Akhil Qureshi was the one who had authored the judgment, and that's the reason why his name is bold. Whenever the name is of a particular lordship is been highlighted and it's been in blue color, that means he or she was the author of the judgment. And from here, you can save it. You can email it to someone. You can also take a printout if you want to. So let's go back. Let's go back to dashboards. Let's move to the next search. Let me move to this one, words and phrases. This is a fairly very easy search, but I think a very relatable search. So if I click on the words and phrases, what is happening over here? Let me zoom in a bit. This one, words and phrases. So I'm going to click on this. This is your online dictionary. So if you want to look for a meaning of a particular word, this is the place that you should be coming for. And you can start typing any particular word. It will start giving you suggestions as well. So let's say I'm looking for res judicator. So I click on that, click on show, and you will have the definition pouring in, not only from the dictionary, but also from judgments. So now if you can see the first definition coming from Ramji Gupta case. The second definition is coming from a divisional bench, Madras divisional bench case. And third one is coming from what? It also has a citation of a Queen's Bench, which is a UK judgment, but it also has a in the further bracket as what. So this is a Wharton Dictionary of Law. So this way you will get the definition of various words. You can just have to type in over here, and then you will get to know what the word is you're talking about. And you'll also get to see the judgments. And these are all clickable judgments. If I click on this will open the full judgment into a different window for me. So that's a quick about the dictionary, online dictionary that we have. Let's click on this icon back again. GST Rate Finder is there in my subscription for some reason. It will not be in your search, so I'm going to leave that part. Find my topic, I think we can just leave that part because we have done the word search. So let's get to this one, find by party name. Now, I'm today's session. Yesterday we had the session and we were very specific. We were very focused on the simple searches, and we're not getting into the nitty-gritties, the advanced searches and all. And I said it on the recorded session yesterday as well, and I'll say it today as well, that this is a basic session. And if the need arises, and if the members would like to, after a month, they feel that, oh, we have understood this entire software, but now you want to, get into the advanced searches. You can simply put in a request to the High Court, and we'll be back we'll take an advanced session, and we can also to get into the workshop mode. Then you give us your queries. That okay, this is our query, and let us know how we can search, because there's some challenge that we're facing. We will convert the session into, rather than a monologue session, into an interactive session. So that can also be worked out. But now let's get to this. It says find by party name. Now find by party name simply means that you have a name of the party and you can simply click on that. Now, while you're doing this, you can simply see it says search by party name. So I can first, I can click on either is it a Supreme Court judgment or is it a High Court judgment? I can select that. If there is any doubt, if there's any like a dilemma that I'm not really sure if the judgment is of High Court or Supreme Court, then I can simply go for this one option, that is all jurisdiction. Now I'm going to take a case which we all know and which is very well known in the judiciary and is related to us as well. That is SP Gupta case. Now, if I click on SP Gupta, if I type in SP Gupta and start search. So I've written SP Gupta. I've not written the full party name. I've got 190 results. I remember the case was SP Gupta versus Union of India. So I can write anywhere union that I can fit in. You don't have to write the party names in a certain sequence. You can write the party names as you may like. And now I've got from 198, the results have been reduced to only 8. And that's the judgment that I'm looking for, 1981. Yeah. And I'm just gonna double click on this or click on go. Anything that the members are comfortable with, you can do that. Just don't have to write the word versus. Write the party names, our two party names, whatever that you remember, just type it over there. It'll just give you the judgment. And now, if you see the judgment, it says, first thing first, let's have a look at the first column. It says judgment is 1. The digest notes are 52. Now, I mentioned about the digest note that these are law points in the first search, but I think this will make more sense and help us understand what is digest note actually means. So that's the first column. Let's go to the second column. It says Supreme Court. J, we already discussed the meaning of J, that is a judgment. 7, that means what was the quorum said, there are 7 members. It's a 1981 judgment, the party name and the citation. But then, if you scroll further, it says D7. 7, we already established the fact what 7 means. D means it's one of the law point. So if you see the law point which I discussed in this case, as you all know this case, so service law, circular of minister that was being discussed, practice and procedure, natural justice, Constitution of India, Article 32, maintainability, alternative remedy. Then again the 32, but in respect to PIL. Then Article 50 of the Constitution, which is the concept of independence of judiciary and others. But while you're scrolling down, you will see this new addition to the family. That is the red exclamation mark, which was not there in other, other entries. It is only there in this particular section, this entry, or this note number 7. What does this mean? This means that this particular point of law, which is the 7th point of law, has been overruled. So if I click on this, it tells me that this is the case of 1981, but it was overruled in 1993 in Supreme Court, that is Skora versus Union of India case. You must be wondering that how did I know that this judgment was overruled? See, one thing that everyone knows that this judgment is overruled. The second thing is that Google also tells you, the other software also tell you, but they tell you that like this. It puts a statement on the top, or just write it on the corner that this judgment is overruled, just to tell you that it's overruled and you should be careful. And when we say it's careful, the advocates simply ignore the entire case, because it says partly overruled in Skora versus Union of India, but it does not mention over here or on Google or other softwares that we have in the market that on which point of law was it overruled. The entire case is not overruled for sure. The case, the judgment still holds ground on certain points, but not on all the points. Now, how do we figure out what are those points? Now, these head notes, if you see this, And if I click on this again, this is an analysis on one point of law. So it says Article 124, subpart 2, which talks about consideration when appointing a judge of Supreme Court. What Justice Bhagwati spoke on this point of law is given over here. And what Justice Desai's opinion was on this point is mentioned rightly under that. Mr. Venkatramaya's view is also given over here. So out of 7 judges, only 3 spoke on this point of law. But that's a different story. That if you scroll down further, this point has been overruled. So that's good enough. If I go to the next point, it says only Justice Tujla Burkar has had spoken on this point, have discussed this point. Let's pick up another one. So now if you see, it says Article 217, 221, 224, how to interpret. Only Justice Pathak spoke on it, and his view is given over here. So we are not have to go in the full judgment to see what has been discussed in, what has been given by have been talked about on one particular topic from different judges. You can simply go to this and get the point-wise analysis in one place. But now if you see, there's another exclamation mark coming over here, and there's another one. Now, does that mean that I have to just keep scrolling down and look for the red exclamation mark all the time to figure out which all judgments have been, which all opinions have been overruled? Not really. I'll suggest one thing, and I think I would request members to, start adopting it like going forward. That is, whenever you open a judgment with the help of a citation or a party name, I'm going to show you the citation part as well. This is how it will look like. Once you come over here, just go to this. That is search within search results, just below SSU logo. And over here, when open the case and come to subsearch and write the word overruled. What's going to happen in this when you do the search is going to give you all the points of law which were overruled in this case. And there we have it. Point number 2, 3, and 4. Talking about Article 124, subpart 2, 217, subpart 1, talking about power of appointment, talking about opinion of Chief Justice of India. These 3 points of law have been overruled. The other, there were 52. So other 49 points of law are still a good law. This is the analysis that you can get in less than 1 minute. And if you click on any of this, it will open that particular point of law, giving you everyone's opinion over here, who all spoke about this. And at the end, tell you that this is overruled in which case and everything. And this is all hyperlinked. If I click on this, it will open this particular case, that is Kaura versus Union of India. Now that being said, now if you see this, like I said in the starting, that anytime if a judge's name are in bold, that means they have authorized judgment. Now in this case, you see, everyone has authorized judgment. Everyone name is in bold. And then you have this superscript 1, 2, 3, going till 7. That simply means it's just not the seniority, it's just who gave the opinion first, who gave the second opinion, who gave the third opinion. This is basically a sequence of how judgment was, opinions were recorded. But let's see the judgment now. When you see the judgment, it will show you that particular thing that everyone names in bold. There we have it. And that's you can see it. I can click on any of the judge's name over here. So let's take Justice Gupta. So I click on Justice Gupta. I am just on the Justice Gupta's judgment, 119th paragraph. And if I click on his name again, I'm back to the top. I want to see Justice Desai. Justice Desai's paragraph is starting from A689. I'm going to see that information. Now, talking about another feature which I'm sure a lot of people would use it very often. That is how to copy a particular paragraph on this software. Now, one way is you can simply highlight it and do a Control-C, Control-V. But there will be few judgments in SEC which will not let you highlight like this one. Then in those scenarios, you would have these icons before each and every paragraph. So what you need to do is do a single click over here. Do a single click on the next paragraph that you want to select. And you can select 10 paragraphs in one go. Once you're done with that, you come over here and there's an option which is like a document and a tick. It's called Smart Copy. You click on that, it will copy those 2, 3, 4 paragraphs that you selected into a different window. By default, your email address would be mentioned over here. You can change it and send it to someone else as well. Otherwise, you can simply highlight the document as much as you want the text to be a part of it. Do a Control-C, Control-V works. But then, what else that you can get over here? So it says this extract has been taken from this particular case, and the citation is given over here. So automatic, writing of the case name and the citation is provided to you. So you don't have to write it down. So let's go back, and I was talking about the true printout in the starting. That true printout is the exact copy, and this gives you the exact thing. What is true print? Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look. So let's go to the print. Now in the print, let me just open the full case again. So now if you see this, and now I go to print. Now in print, you have two options. One is a true print, other one is a non-true print. A non-true print is just a print of the internet, which is whatever the judgment looks like on the internet right now. It'll give you the same format. But let's not get there. Let's get to the TP. That is true print. If I click on this, so let me zoom out and I'll click on true print. It'll ask me that do you want the full judgment? I said no, not really. This judgment is of I think close to 800, 900 pages. So I'm not going to go over there. I'm just gonna click on a couple of pages over here and click on print. And when I do that, it gives me the exact print of the way it was printed in the law report. Now you see this is the exact format of the law report, and there we have it. The first page, second page, and third and fourth. I asked for 4 pages, so 4 pages are available right over here. You have the stamp of SCC Online True Print, which gives you a surety that this is a authentic document, cannot be edited, cannot be played around with. Because this is password protected, this is a protected file. You cannot edit anything. Even if someone wants to convert it into a Word file, it will not happen. These are picture images. So that being said, let's go back. What else can we do in this? Let's go back to dashboard. No, I think just one more thing I can do it over here. What if I want to see where all this case was, ever cited, or it was cited or referred and all. Now it's a 1981 judgment. I want to see where all this case was subsequently cited. So this was a smart copy. Next to smart copy is a feature of case reference. If I click on this case reference, what's going to happen is now it's going to automatically change the runner algorithm, which will give me all the cases wherein SP Gupta case was ever cited. Now, if you see, there's 799 cases. Supreme Court has 119. That 119 cases had cited SP Gupta case. I click on digest notes only, and you can see it right over here. Sunil Samdaria versus Union of India case had taken this case, SP Gupta versus Union of India case, explained and relied on. I go to the next one, PUCL versus Union of India. In this case, SP Gupta case, along with other cases, it was, there you see at the last, if you can see this, it says it was referred to. So all these cases were referred to along with SP Gupta case. Then move to the third one. Similarly, things will just come like that. But if you see this, though we don't have, we haven't really given the foreign cases material over here, but just to sort of in the curiosity, if you see, if I want to see foreign cases, it also shows me that this case of SP Gupta has been cited 15 times in Bangladesh, Kenya, Malaysia, Pakistan, South Africa, Sri Lanka, and the US. So if I click on only on this, I can only get the judgments from that particular country as well, where SP Gupta case was being cited. So let's go back. Let's go to final party name. One more thing that you can do over here You can search with the help of famous cases. So titles which are given by the media, like I'll show you the list, like Babri Masjid case, Triple Talaq, Aadhaar judgment and all. So you don't have to write the name of the case. You have to just give the title that is given by the media. Click on that. It'll automatically decode it. The first is the case, SP Gupta, the case is there. So it comes in like this. Let's move to the next one, that is find by citation. Now find by citation, as the name suggests, you have a search, or you have a citation with you and you want to search with that. Now, depending on any journal that you have, you can select your journal. Let me take so Gaudy Law Reports. So I click on Gaudy Law Reports and take this citation. Let's take 2017, volume 1. That's the same judgment that I took yesterday. Let me take something else. Let me take this one. I'm showing you example of Gaudy Law Report so that I can show you that the true printout of Gaudy Law Report is also available for your reference. Let's take a printout. So Gaudy Law Report is available over here. So we are giving you equivalent citation. That means that you can simply get the judgment with any other citation as well. It's not a mandate that you have to have SEC citation itself. Now we see this. This is the Gaudy Law Report printout. 2017 1 Gaudy Law Report 27, and that's where you have the exact. So it's like having access to 15,000 published volume of information. Because of our alliances, because of our tie-ups, SEC only is of 500 volumes, not more than that. We started in the year 1969 publishing this, and we've been doing this, still doing it around 7 decades and still going strong. But still, we only have 500 volumes of data. But because all the other reputed publishers that we have tied up with, for that matter, ILR as well, the information is huge, humongous. Like if you talk about ILRs, now for the principal high courts, for all the original high courts like Bombay, Calcutta, Madras, and Allahabad, the data is coming from 1800. So that again is substantial amount of data. So those are things are also made available to you. So it's now 15,000. Like 15,000 is like a huge library that if you see, if you imagine in a tangible format. So let's go back, and that's what we've done with the citation search. Quickly go to the next search, find case law by section. I click on this. So find case law by section. You can find a judgment on any section of any act. For that, you need to first write the section number. So you have to first write the act on which act you're looking for a judgment on. So let's take CPC and start. You can write CPC. You can write the full civil procedure code, whatever you think is convenient. You can write that out. I'm going to pick up this CPC 908, 1908, and whatever section, or in this scenario, I'm taking the most common one, that is the Order 7 Rule 11, rejection of plaint. If I click on this, the same information, same type. Either you can double click on this like you did in party name, or you can click on go. CPC Order 7 Rule 11, start search. Now, if you see this, you're getting all the judgments on that particular section or order and rule number available here. CPC Order 7 Rule 11, the judgments are available right over here. This is a simple search. Let me just quickly go to the last search, that is word search. We're going back on word search now. Now let me take some moment over here and discuss the nitty-gritties of the search, how we can get maximum out of it. Now, I'm going to pick my search, which I spoke in the starting. That was lawyers are the officers of the court, but we realized that we don't have to write everything. What we'll do is we pick up the main words. First, let's search lawyers are the officers of the court. If I search with this, what will happen? Start search. This is like a Google search. So I'm going to start with lawyers are the office of the court. So that's my query. But why am I saying that we should not write the full sentence? Why is it not a good idea? This will answer that. Now, if you see, it's searching for court of or the, and if you keep scrolling down, you might not even find lawyers are the main architects of the Republic India. Not making sense. Lawyers are the officer. I'm getting it, but it's an article, not a judgment. Doesn't make sense to me. And this has around 9,600 results. Let's go back. What can we do? Like I said, we're not going to be writing all the words. We're going to write the main words because we're not looking for one sentence. We're looking for all the sentences, all the derivatives of the sentence which talk about this. So I'm going to do this. Lawyers officer court. Start search. Now, these are very common words. Lawyers, officer court. In judiciary, these are the, I think, these are the main words which you'll be hearing everywhere. Without these three things, it doesn't work, right? Now, if you see, we've got some around the same results, 9,600, 9,100. But now I've got filtered result, but now again, lawyers, court, it's coming so far off, it's not making any sense to me. But then, Chetan, you said that we should only write minimum things, but it's all not making sense. It's not making sense because right now the software is giving me these three words randomly everywhere, and which was doing it earlier in the full sentence as well. What do? Pick it up again. And now this time we're going to put a good fix. What do I want? I want these words, but I want these words, to come near each other. Because if it doesn't come near each other, if it doesn't come in a sentence, it is of no use to me. These three words are so common in any judgment that it will be discussed in so many different ways that I can't even, make a note of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the word near. Find lawyers, near officers, near court. Search for three words. Now, what is near? Near, if you see this, it says near means 10 word range. So right now it will search for these three words within 10 words. I can increase it as well. If I wish to, I can make it 20 and all, or I can decrease it as well. But I think this is for now, it's good enough. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to search lawyers, near offices, near court, and start search. And there you see the first entry that I've got. I accept this point that 9,200 is a huge difference. But right now we are not showing you the numbers. Numbers, number game, we don't play into that. That, oh, we have so many crores of information and all stuff. It doesn't make sense. It's sometimes you have lakhs of judgment and then finding one judgment of your interest would be like finding a needle in a haystack. So we don't want that. We want to give you the exact information. And there we have it. Lawyers are the officers of the court. And the reason why I was saying that you should not write the entire sentence. Let me give you a quick reason for that as well. Now, if you see, it has lawyers are the officers of the court and all, everything is coming over here. Now, either is there any other way that this sentence can be written? Lawyers from discharging the judicial functions as officers of the court. Talking about the same thing. No worries. Lawyers are part of the judicial system and are officers of the court and are class apart in the society. Saying the same thing, but in a different way. So my whole purpose of doing the search was to, open up the horizons and, get all the derivative, all the possible ways this statement can be written. Let's go back. Let's click on this dashboard again and do a word search. What else can we do? Now, in the starting, we spoke about this compensation case. So now I can say I want to see compensation cases in respect to where motor cases were there and where claim was awarded. So I can write compensation, motor, and claim, 3 words. Or I can just simply write compensation near motor and start search. It'll give me all the cases of compensation. And we have seen it, that you know how near works. But there's another way. What we can do is I want to be open with my search. I want to see for compensation cases. I'm going to start search, and then I want to see, you know, all the type of cases. I want to see the, you know, the land cases. I want to see the motor cases. I want to see the medical cases. Now, if I do a search with one particular word, it will give me only that result, which I don't want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search with the word compensation. It's like 3,10,000 results. And if you remember our old friend, the sub search, it's available over here as well. Thank you.
Checking. Yeah.
So, yeah. So we were here. Now what I can do is I can do a sub search, and anything that I want to search only in this 3 lakh results can be put in over here. It can be, let's say start with motor. So I can say motor. It'll give you all the cases of compensation where motor, you know, motor accidents were discussed. It comes over here. And in case you're done with the search, you can simply cross it out. You're back to your original search. I can write the next topic of my choice. Let's say medical. Now, if it's a one word, it's good enough. If I'm writing medical negligence, which means that's 2 words. Now 2 words are being searched. Whenever there's more than 1 word, like which is a phrase, like medical negligence, culpable homicide, dowry death, public interest litigation, all these words that you have, res judicata, put double inverted commas. Why? Will it not search without double inverted commas? It will search, not a problem. But my purpose over here is to give you, show you the searches which will save your time. Because if I do a search of medical negligence without double quotes, it's going to search for medical negligence as one word, but also it's going to search for medical separately as a word and negligence as a separate word. So we're going to do 3 searches, only for medical, only for negligence, and then medical negligence. I don't want the first 2. I only want the third one, that is medical negligence, as one word. So put in double quotes restricts your search only to that particular thing as a one word. We do a medical negligence, and now we got medical negligence cases 14,000 out of 3 lakh cases. So this way you can do the sub searches. You can do sub searches to different, I think 6 times you can get the information. Let's go back to search. I'm going to open the question answer round another, I think 3-4 minutes. There, apart from near, there are other features as well. That is not an or. So let's explain this example itself. I'll take the result of compensation, and I can tell my software what I want, but also I can also tell my software what I do not want in my search. I can tell the research this feature that what it should ignore, what kind of judgment it should ignore, and how can we do that. Let's take the same example of medical. And now if I write the word near, we all know how it's going to work. It's going to bring the judgments of compensation and medical. But then if you write not in between, what's going to happen is it's going to search for the case of compensation wherein medical word is not appearing anywhere, which means it is going to cut down the searches of medical negligence which are related to compensation cases. And you can do this as many times as you want. You can write not some other word, let's say land, and do a start search. It's going to now give you the case of compensation where land and medical is not being searched. Let's do a search. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. No, I'm all ears to the detailing today. The question still remains, can we ask questions to the software that whether second appeal is maintainable? something like this. Is this possible?
See, I'll tell
Because
you, I'll tell you one. I think one simple thing when software is concerned. I think softwares are like people. Like if you come to me and talk in Punjabi, Hindi, or English, I will understand it. If you come and talk to me in French, I might be like I don't understand what you're saying. So that's the same thing. What you're saying that so if you can repeat your query, what was it?
uh,
Is there?
whether second appeal is maintainable.
Okay. So again, second appeal, and what we have just discussed, you don't have to write the entire thing. So there we have it. Now second appeal, maintainable. Now second appeal, again, it's a phrase. And we can write near in between, if we may, because and start search. Queries, you can ask questions, but the only difference in this is that, the questions are not to be written in full sentences. You just write the words that you have in your queries and it should give you the results. Let me have a look at this. So it's
Chetan ji, in this case, it's showing second appeal maintainability. We had requested for maintainable. So maybe we are missing out on few where maintainability is mentioned. In the first in the first paragraph itself, it says second appeal maintainability. So will you not like to, in fact, maybe give some suggestion here to improve the results? Right now, we have found 356 digest nodes. Can we go back to the search? Word search again. I personally feel the magic lies in good query formulation. The rest of the things are like opening a book and reading the information here and there. But how do you do the quick fix of learning that trick of doing a good search query formulation? So is it necessary to have maintainable, or can we do some trick here? Can we have maintainability also right with this? How can we do that?
Oh, if in case we are looking for different derivatives.
Maintain also. Maintain. I think after maintain, yes. Here. Yeah. If we want to take all derivatives of maintain, then
I'll put a star to it.
Right. Now, I think with the Boolean, this will actually cover. Earlier, we were having 356 digest nodes. Let's see what happens now.
What is going to happen now? It's going to search for maintain, maintained, maintainability, maintainable. All these words which were earlier being ignored in the search, now all these words will also be searched for. And I'm sure 356 will increase. Yes.
There is a jump of about 150 number, maybe a little more. So, but you see, second appeal maintainability. Oh, there you are. So the can you tell us some magic? How is this actually working? The magic which we need to learn is how to do good query formulation. I suggest one query to you. I'll take that long example, and you can tell me. In fact, I have to search a case which is of a transport company, of 1800 and something. And in this transport company, somewhere in UK, I believe, the transport company, basically at that time there were no motor cars, there were horse carts. So transport company owner, he said to one of its driver that please take this cart and this horse and report to duty or to so and so lordship. Okay. Now, as soon as the driver was assigned the cart and the horse, driver sensed that the horse is not in good mood. Horse was in poor bad shape, so he was fearing taking that horse. So he requested the owner of the transport company, can I take another horse? As the prerogative of the employer is, no, I'm directing you, take this cart and this horse. So he had taken the same, he went near that horse, horse kicked him bad, and the poor guy went into poor shape because further poor shape with multiple fractures. So he was kicked so hard. So there, it was the first case of Employers Liability Act. Absolutely. Yeah. Under some kind of some kind of compensation was awarded. The only hint that I can remember is the horse or maybe horse cart was considered plant and machinery here. So how will you like me to search this case, and whether I should start with Employers Liability Act, whether I should start with 1880, 1800 and something? I don't know. This is too complex.
See, it's very simple. I think over here, the research, the answer lies in the simplicity of it. If we start writing all these, queries, all the stories and all, you will not be able to find it. Like you said, I think that these are horses, these are not car. So one thing that comes to my mind, that you said that horse was taken as considered as a plant and machinery. So that can be the one thing, because if I talk about employer liability and all, it will give me so many results, which I have to go through. Let's start with this. I'm not going to write horse cart because it might give me the result. I'm just going to write horse because that's going to take care of horse cart as well. And the good part is, if I start writing anything, so like if you can see, I think this has been searched by someone earlier. So the moment I write this horse, it gives me the option of horse near plant. Now, if I do the search, just a minute. And let's do a start search. Let's start with the first. See, the query was such a long query, but I think if you just pick up few important words, it should give me some results. Let's see it if it works, and then
let me read it, Chetan.
It's
words and phrases plant. The classic definition of plant was given by Lindsay, Lord Justice in Yarmouth versus France in 1887, a case in which it was decided that a cart horse was plant within the meaning of Section 1 of Employers Liability Act. Oh, wow. So that means without typing Employers Liability Act, without typing the rest of the story, we have reached to this. And I guess I'm getting the mantra that you have to look for the core issue and start with those two words, isn't it?
See, if
in fact, in this case, instead of the long story, we have gone into the core issue, which is horse considered as plant and machinery. So even there, I noticed that you have not typed machinery. You have typed only one word. So the magic, is it right to write as minimum number as possible?
If you write minimum, it's like it has an inverse relationship. The less you write, the more you get.
Oh, wow. So basically what you're suggesting is that we should not type too many words to start with.
No.
Correct me if I'm wrong. So whenever I have any query, I should write it down somewhere and I should underline one or two keywords.
Absolutely.
And see how to find this. So can you just quickly find this phrase, hunting with the hound and running with the hare? I have read it somewhere. Hunting with the hound.
It's an English proverb. There we have it. Hunting
with the hound
near hare. And this, okay, one thing that I want to, I think talk about it. This searches that I have not done. This is a global search, like Google does it. This is whenever you get some suggestions over here, this means that someone in the world had searched for it and had got a result on basis on that. There might be 10,000 searches, but this search was the search which gave the results. So that's why it's coming over here. And you click on this, it is already there. Near, I'm just gonna write near one more time and start search. Hunting hounds hare. It's an English proverb, I believe. So I think it was easier to pick it up.
Running with the hare and hunting with the hounds.
Dr. Amazon running with the hare and hunting with the hounds in such much, yeah.
I thought maybe there'll be too many. No. I thought there'll be too many. So maybe there is some mistake.
Is it?
I can think of hundreds of judgment in which this appears.
So just
can we quickly go back?
I probably remove the word S, hounds. Probably because running with the hound, I think it should be.
Or maybe we try the earlier thing, which is hound and hound, both can be covered. So
Oh,
hound star.
let's try that. Hunting, hunting, near hound. Let's start with this. Because I think what I can recall this proverb, I think it's
So
hunting with.
typing these two time near basically is getting these three words closer to each other within 10 words. So yes, there is some improvement. We have jumped from 19 to 27.
And they have UK, I believe UK or Lesotho will not talk about these things. UK.
But thank you. So is this necessary to have only words? Can we also find expressions near each other?
We spoke about that. I think expressions for anything which is expression is also a word.
Mm-hmm.
For any word which is made of two or three words together, expression means that we're searching it as one word rather than having three different words or four different words. We are searching it as one word. So for that, we spoke about that you have to put double inverted commas. You can give me one query. I can explain because I think we have already gone through it. You can give me a query.
Okay. Can we find something in relation to pension matters? I'm actually working on one such case, pension matters, and there is some question of cutoff date.
Okay. Now cutoff is one word. I'm like cutoff date is considered as one phrase. So pension, let's start with this pension year cutoff date. That should be good to go for us. Now again, the cutoff date. I'm putting double quotes because cutoff date has its own individual meanings. So I don't want those individual
So
words to be.
I think what you would want to suggest, maybe in the first go we'll start with cutoff date only, because the most important thing that we're talking here is cutoff date.
Let's
Can
start.
we start like that? We'll start with only cutoff date.
We spoke about the sub
Yes,
searches.
cutoff date.
We can do the sub search as well on pension.
Hmm.
See, in search, one thing that I think we have all realized over the years that you have to go a lot of back and forth.
Okay,
But I think
cutoff date, you see, it has come in this fashion. Okay, now can we do sub search with pension?
it's,
Now we've just learned this formula with pension. Maybe I would also want to find pensionary benefits or pensioners, etc. So we'll type pension star.
that's exactly.
Okay, if
And
we do
subs-
that,
So now we're talking about
digest note are 275, but within that, let us see how many Supreme Court judgments are there. Supreme Court digest notes are there in digest notes. 99. So you see, we started with 14,876. Within that, more focused information of cutoff date and pension is available to me. Wow! So I've learned a new thing today. Now, I guess if we do not type pension star, let us see what will happen. The number of notes will reduce.
it will
Remove this,
reduce.
yes, and type only pension word.
I think it's the same results though.
So basically, we're not losing out on much, but as far as
Yes.
the number of judgments are concerned, the number of judgments have become 2034.
There's a decrease on that.
Earlier, I do not know what was the number. This time the total count is 2332. And can we quickly go back and do pension star once again?
Yeah.
So this number is 2332. I'll just remember this number now. Pension.
There's not
Not much benefit that we are drawing here. So in some cases, probably the benefit of the star will be available. In some
Like you
cases,
said, like you mentioned about the maintainability, we saw a huge difference over there. So for the words which might have the derivatives, see, putting a star doesn't hurt anyone. You know, it will just gonna be make things better, only better. If not, then it's gonna give you the same results.
Okay, wonderful. So I think in some cases I have this issue how to type the query of this nature: Civil Procedure Code Order 39 Rule 1.
So one way is that we have just covered. That is, I can just go to this find section by law, by case law by section, which you can just write CPC and then order and select the order and rule number. In case, because I've already shown that feature, I'll answer this query in the word search. So you're looking for CPC. So I'm gonna just write those things down. CPC. What was the order number, sir?
39 rule 1.
39 rule 1. Now, I was talking about this that we do not have only SEC data. We have data from our from our partnered journals like Guwahati Law Times, as far as this is concerned, ILAs and all. Now, every publisher has a different way of writing order and rule. Some would write OR, some would write O dot, some would write RR dot for rule, R and entire rule. So just to avoid all those things, I would suggest remove all this. CPC 39.1. Let's write 3 words. And then the magic ingredient. CPC near 39 near 1. Start search. It'll give you exactly what you're looking for. And not only for this, you can look for section numbers, judgments on different various sections also through this. And let's have a look. There we have it. CPC, order 39, rule 1 and 2. Now, if you see, it says RR dot. And someone would say, like over here, you can see it says rules. If you can see in this entry, it says rules over here, it says RR over here. So just to avoid all those things, that's the reason I didn't even write anything over here. Simple search. What else, sir? What else? I think these are very simple queries. If you have any queries.
That is not good, because for you, you've been doing this for years. So for you, it is simple. For us, it is not very simple. So we are still learning. So tell us few more tricks.
I think
you were telling us.
Hanji.
You were telling us that even if when you have one party name in case index, you will be able to find the information. What will happen in cases where I have only Union of India? Union of India will not help.
Then I think the better way would again go back to search.
Because Union of India will give me thousands and thousands of cases. A state of Maharashtra, state of UP will also have thousands and thousands of cases. Absolutely. This will not have unless we have some kind of different name, isn't it?
Or otherwise, what we can also do is we can write Union of India over here, and the point which was discussed on that particular case, in that particular case, you can write it over here. Let's. We were talking about the case of SP Gupta versus Union of India a couple of minutes back, which is talking about the judge's appointment. So if I just write appoint, now I just write appoint star, because again, appoint, appointed, appointments all will come, and I'll write judges. These 3 things, and I'm doing this search for the first time, but let me see. And I'm not going to write the word near, because Union of India is a party name and appoint and judges is the word search. And let's do the start search. Now, one thing, whenever we are looking for these judgments and all party name, we usually have an idea that this case is in which, is it a Supreme Court judgment, is it a High Court judgment? That's first thing. Second, we also get to have some fair idea that during which era this case was, was decided. So first thing first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to this search. That is my, narrowing down my search. So I'm going to bring this closer to, let's say 79. I can do 75 as well, I think. And once I've done with that, I know it's not the latest case, so I can bring it back. Let's take 2000, just to be fair, that we're not making it too easy. Once you're done with that, we know it's a Supreme Court of India judgment. I can say Supreme Court. And now within this, so it still has an overwhelming response, overwhelming cases. I can also search with the judge's name. Now, all I have to do is I have to remember one of the judge's name who were part of the quorum. So I remember, I think just Bhagwati was part of the quorum.
No, or alternatively, we can go to digest notes only, because digest notes numbers are not very big. Can we see that first?
Yes. So there we are, 103.
Supreme Court only 103. Please, if we can open
And
this.
And what I can also do is,
What are the notes?
if you actually see, this is a judgment that is talking about appointment of person judges, and there is SV Gupta right over here for me. This is the case that we're looking at. Now, if you see SP Gupta is already mentioned over here. So, and if you see out of the 103, there will be at least, I think, 10, more than 10 or 12, which will be only about SP Gupta. Because see, if you see the first one entry is SP Gupta, then is SP Gupta, then again is SP Gupta, then is again SP Gupta, then again SP Gupta. So there are so many points of law which is only about SP Gupta.
So it is not really necessary to have party names or the citation in hand to reach to a choice of judgment. We can have vague memories, whatever words are coming our way, we can actually start looking around for that. I also remember I have read it somewhere, monkeys do not decide affair of the forest.
They should not.
But your opinion and my opinion is not important. We'd like to see which court, maybe Bombay High Court or Madras High Court or Supreme Court, which court has given this information. So can we see this?
Monkey near forest. Monkey, I can write monkey near forest. I can also add monkey cannot decide an affair of the forest. So I can just write affair as well. So whatever I can add 2 or 3 words, I can just do search with 2. I'm just going to take 3 in this scenario. Monkey, forest, affair. And sequencing doesn't matter. You can write any word, like in the first place, in the second place. It's going to make sure that these 3 words are coming in one sentence. Order of, putting the search is not important. And from the thorough of information of results, we are now down to only 3 results. And let's take the Supreme Court, because I think, and there we have it. It's from some in Buganda by E.S. Hayden, some book, which has this expression that says, the tribesmen of Buganda have an old proverb which literally translates into a monkey does not decide an affair of the forest. It's also an English proverb, by the way, but this is how it is. And one more thing in this, like if you can see, it says in this this example, it says the corollary drawn in the Boswell case is taken from the line in the Seneca's Medea. Now, when you see this Boswell case, it doesn't really mention about what is a Boswell case. But if you take a cursor in front of on this, let me zoom in a bit. On the 46, it says 46, 1606, 6, co-reports 48B. And 52A is the page number. So if I want to click on this, I will simply go to 56. 56 tha kya tha wo bhul gaya. I think this sorry, 46.
46.
46 is mentioned over here. 46. So you also get to see the citation which are mentioned over there. Then if you, in case you want to search with it, you can also search with those things. So it's, it's information in the information. It's everything is, once you start reading, you get all this information over here.
Can we search Latin maxims also here?
Yes. Latin maxims can be searched.
I'll give you one example, suo motu.
Suo motu has 2 ways we can write suo motu. So I think there was someone who had asked this question long back, and that's why I remember, because one is suo motu and the other spelling is motu. That is, there's another spelling. There's this one. And now if you can see this, there are a lot of queries which has already been done, suo motu or suo motu. Now what is or? What does or means? Or is basically, first of all, let me make this an expression. Let me zoom in a bit so that it's visible to everyone. Like this. And now I'm going to tell my software that either find this or this, because this is a possibility that there might be 2 different, the spellings. Just write the word or. Either search for this or search for this. In case I do not put the word or in between, what's going to happen is it's going to search for these 2 words in one judgment, which is a possibility, but which is very rare possibility.
Unique possibility.
Yeah.
Very difficult, very rare to find.
Yeah. So with or in between, it opens up it widens your research. It says, it will do 2 searches. either wherever suo motu and suo motu is coming in one document, that will also come, or either of the word are coming in one judgment. So that extra or does that work. So if you see suo motu and suo motu is coming rightly over here. It also has motu. And I'm sure that it has motu as well. Like, this is the problem. Like, in the same judgment, we have had two spellings. And this is not only for this, for spellings like license, you have the same thing. License can be, at the end, it can be CE or SE. So just to open up our horizons, widen our research criteria, or makes a lot of sense. You can also not only search for like spellings, but the words which are synonym to each other. So words are synonym to each other. Even for those words, you can write or in between. I think I'm just going to open the question answer around Kapoor sir. If you have anything more that I can answer, but I think just let me, because it's already 10:40. Hello. So we are done with. I think we are done with the major part of the detailing. Any question that members would have, I would love to answer it. And any query that you may have about it, we have tried our best to, keep it simple. But I think
as the questions are not coming from you, we are trying to, in fact, kind of like creating some fill up here. But members from North District, members from Gomati Judicial District, or Mr. Daya, please, I think we are looking for your participation now. It'll be wonderful to answer the queries.
While we are waiting for this, I'm just going to cover a quick thing while members are, for framing their queries. When you're on the website, you can also do this.
Okay. Mr. Daya is going to ask some query, or we can't hear Gomati Judicial District. The system officer may kindly help us.
Sir, your mic is muted. Gomati Judicial District Court. Please unmute your mic.
Am I audible
now? We can hear you, sir.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Yes, I have a query.
Please, sir.
Wonderful, sir. Please.
Can we find notifications and circulars, various government circulars issued under various sections?
We can do that, sir. We can search for all these circulars and instruction, ministry wise. Like I said earlier, let me show it to you quickly. I go to this and browse acts and rules. No, I can also search. I can do a word search on that. But rather than doing that, I'm just going with this. So state notifications are kept over here. Let me zoom in a bit. State notifications are kept over here. Center are kept over here. If I click on this center notification, now if I'm looking only for notification, I click on this. It will then give me all the ministries name. Depending on which ministry I'm looking for, I can click on that. Let's take Central Excise. So it's going to further then give me the year-wise. And then year-wise in 2020, these are all the notifications that came from Central Excise on, from the center, and those are all available over here. If I click on this, it's simply displayed over here.
So Chetan, I think what we can do, simply type excise and see whether this notification folder automatically comes in the research folder. Please.
So I'm going to do a word search.
Please type two things: excise and 2020 in word search. So I think whether you are going to exclusively search there in notification, or you are typing excise and 2020, with this search should automatically include the central notifications and state notifications relating to excise in 2020, and this will be listed as part of your legal research outcome. So we can see here these notifications and circulars 161. See?
So 138 is already
central excise. Also, please see only central excise, the second and after agriculture.
And there we have it, sir.
Because excise in 2020 is probably also appearing in the other ministries' notifications. We are not interested. We want to see only central excise. So these are those 2020 notifications of central excise. These are right here. So a lot of work is happening, sir. Central and state notifications, circulars, guidelines, policies. Many things are being pouring in here every day. Just to give you an idea, sir, over 250,000 pages are being added month to month. 250,000 pages are being added every month to this portal. So typically in a year, we are adding about 30 lakh pages to the portal for enrichment of your legal research requirements. Sir, any further queries, sir?
No,
Does that answer your query, sir?
No, actually, my query was to a specific query was very specific. I wanted to get the notification section wise, because if I find out notification like excise notification, then I have to travel to so many notifications and find out what is required for me. But if suppose notification under section 3 of Essential Commodities Act, like section wise.
Okay. Essential commodity. Let's go back to the search.
Yeah. I think not on this, but.
Word search. Essential commodity.
Okay.
I'm not very sure whether they are typing the full or essential.
Commodities, and so I'm just gonna search with essential commodities.
Just 2 words. 2 words. Near section. You said section 3.
Yes, yes.
Only just type 3. Only 3.
Yeah.
Yes. So please note, sir, we have not typed section SECTION or S dot anything. We're just becoming a little liberal to find some meaningful information here. So we'll go to now notifications or circulars and see in case we can find something notifications. We found judgments, but let's see if we have some notification here.
Found the notification as well. So does this answers the question? Because I think I'm not really well versed with this
Order.
Yeah, so it's giving me an order which
Section 3 of Essential Commodities Act 1955, 10 of 55.
So,
sir, is it close to what you were looking for? So you see, automatically every order, every circular, every notification is being searched along with where Essential Commodities Act and Section 3 is appearing. So all of those are here, sir.
Okay, okay, that will do. Thank you.
Sir, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, any other, sir, difficult query? This was not simple. This was difficult. And you know how to find it now, sir.
One thing that's going to happen now that this search that sir has asked from Gomti Judicial District Court, this is going to become a part of our next session for sure. So that's how it works. So I think if there's any query, any further query,
I think Mr. Ravi Dahiya is.
Okay. So I'll show you one thing, I think, in the meantime. So when you're on the website, there's an option of question mark. Then you come to the question mark, and then you have an option of view user manual. If I click on this view user manual, what's going to happen is it's going to open a different website. So whatever we discussed today, various features, a manual for each and every topic has been made and available over here. So you can see we spoke about the smart copy. So you click on this how to smart copy. It'll show you the pictorial manual over here, which says this is you have to click on this icon, then you have to click on this top icon over here, and then the document comes over here. Not only this, you can search for, like, let's say we search about the near feature, and you want to go and say what is near feature, and just write near, it will give you the manual for near, how the near needs to work. You want to see about not, It's going to give you how the not feature works, and so on and so forth. All this can be done by just simply clicking on this question mark and then clicking on View User Manual. So it's a very interactive manual that we have made, so you can make use of it. Any question, any login related issues that members might have that we can help you right now? Mohit, I think I'm gonna just share contact details. I believe if there are no queries, I'm gonna share the contact details on the screen. So these are the contact details. I'm sure you can see my screen now. So you can please click a picture of this, which I'm sure it's coming on the screen. You can reach out to us and let us know for any concerns that you may have in your login and all. One thing which I said in the starting, I would like to say it again. You've been given the passwords. Please log in before 10th of this month, because otherwise the password will get expire. So I'll show that as how it's gonna be. Once you will put in your password, the first time when you put your password, it will take you to a screen which will look like this. Let me show it. It will look like this. It'll say put your current password, put in your new password and set a new password, and you change your password. Once you do that, it will then set that password for you, and you can use it forever. Prasenjit, sir, if you can just help me with this. If there are no queries, then we can thank everyone and we can conclude this session, because I think we have overshot the time, and even though we always try to keep it concise, but I think it's such an overwhelming experience that we just can't stop ourselves. Prasenjit, sir, are you there at I think Gomti Judicial District Court, I believe?
Yes, from our end, no queries.
Okay.
So we'll in fact offer one more. We will offer one more search, and then we will close on a funny note. This in fact query was asked by one of the honorable judges of the Supreme Court of India. In fact, Justice C.K. Thakkar. Justice C.K. Thakkar had asked this query. So at first I could not believe whether Supreme Court or any court can discuss something like this. The query was whether banana plant is a tree.
Banana.
Whether banana plant is a tree.
Plant. I think I just said I don't know why an and is coming. I think it should be near.
I think Chetanji, if we can type only 3 words.
Okay.
There are some unique matters in which no operators probably are required. So if you can type only just 3 words, banana, plant and tree. And in case you can do with just 2 words, even then it is better. But let's see, with banana, plant and tree, no operators, nothing. So there'll be occasions when you will find the information just like that. You see, now the magic lies here, because this query was so unique. It says banana plantation is not an orchard and banana plant is not a fruit tree. Lordship clearly remembered that he had read it somewhere. It's a 1978 case. It's a compensation related case relating to some land acquisition compensation case of West Bengal, in which the category of the land was to be in fact ascertained for deciding the amount of compensation. So whether it's a agricultural land or a forest land, for that they need to ascertain this, whether banana plantation can come under the one category or the other category. So here it is. Banana plant lacks both of these criteria. The thing which has to be noticed here is we found about 60 judgments and notes here, but the digest notes are just 2. So the pearls of wisdom are always hidden in these digest notes. So we'll request the members, whenever you are searching something, try simple searches with 1 or 2 words, and you may find something beautiful hidden in these digest notes. Please see that there are just 2 digest notes, only 2 digest notes. So you can first see both of these, and after seeing these, as you can see, my query in any case is solved in just one first reading here itself. in most cases, you will also find something so simple, and you will find, yes, meaningful information is retrieved by just simply typing 2 or 3 words. So we'll request the members to try it out. We may have another session maybe sometime from now to have maybe next level of research requirements, where probably I think we will request members to have I think their queries ready, so we can answer all of those queries to have optimal benefit of the subscription in your hands. Thank you so much for your participation. It was wonderful to have interacted with all of you. Over to you, Chetan.
I think, sir, we can conclude the session. And yes, this is a very important. I think that thank you so much for everyone coming over here, sitting down early in the morning, and being so cooperative with us. I think with this, we rest our case, and I think let's start this new journey. Let's work together, and please give us a call, and we'll be able to whatever that we can do. We'll do our best. I thank you everyone on behalf of my entire team. I'd like to thank everyone, and hope to see you in person as soon as possible. Thank you so much, sir. We'll end this meeting.
Thank you so much, everyone, and have a happy new year. Our best wishes for all spheres of life. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And this.